What's up, everybody? Welcome into a very special interview edition of the Gridiron segment here at House Call Sports. I'm here with Rob and Chris. My name is Matt, but nobody really cares about us at all today because we have a very special guest in the building today. He just finished his football career at the University of New Hampshire, where he was a corner for the Wildcats, totaling 124 tackles, 19 pass breakups, 7 interceptions, 4 TFLs, and 2 pick sixes. These numbers and great tape are the reason why he is on NFL teams' radars and looks to hear his name called in the 2024 NFL Draft, which is less than a week away. From Walled Lake, Michigan, House Call fam, please give a very warm welcome to Mr. Randall Harris. Randall, how you doing, man? How's everything going?
It's going really well. I've never had an introduction like that, so
We've heard that before. Matt just kills it.
Get you right, man.
That's a confidence builder right there.
I had to get you right, man. We got an NFL draft prospect in the show, so we had to get you right, man. I just wanted to see how's everything going, man. Appreciate you having you on, man.
No, thank you for having me. Everything's going real well right now. Just enjoying this process of what it is right now, and we're a week out, so just enjoying the moment right now, just being where I'm at and just having fun with it.
Awesome. I was going to say, we were just talking about the NFL draft. Obviously, that process is kind of, coming towards a resolution here sometime soon. Are you excited about that, or are you just taking it one day at a time?
A little bit of both. Honestly, like the waiting game was the hardest. Man, I think the hardest part of all this was like thinking about like you're working toward your pro day and you're so nervous about the pro day numbers you're going to put up. But honestly, talking to a lot of the guys I was training with, the hardest part has been the waiting game when, say, your actual pro day is over or the local days are over and everything's out of your control. That's the hardest part because now you're just waiting on coaches to reach out, scouts to reach out. So now it's just a waiting game. And that's been the toughest part now during this process.
Right. And you've been going through a bunch of pre-draft interviews as well. So how's all that been going? How have you been trying to navigate all that?
No, it's been like that's the time where I just take it one day at a time because I don't think anyone expected me to even get to this position. And obviously it's a small step in a great direction, but I know a lot of people didn't believe that I would even get to this spot and be able to get the recognition that I've been getting. So this is the time where I've been taking it day by day and just being very appreciative of all these like moments I'm getting, all these small victories.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, that's a great approach to have, especially with something that's, can be a very stressful process, I'm sure, with, all that stuff. So I wanted to talk about your college experience as well, because I think for me, I'm a baseball coach and I coach a lot of kids and try to kind of build them up to the college level. So I want to talk about your college experience as well, because I think college is obviously a super important experience for a lot of young athletes and just kind of figuring out who they really are as people in the first place. So what were your biggest takeaways from your college experience at New Hampshire, and what advice would you give to kids who are about to go to college to play athletics?
Definitely just the adversity piece of it. And honestly, my journey with adversity definitely starts at Central Michigan University, where I went my freshman year before heading over to the University of New Hampshire. And I think my biggest takeaway that I would tell guys is just, honestly, don't take too long in just being ready when the time comes. Like for me, I went into freshman year with the freshman mentality. I know I'm not going to play this year. I'm redshirted. I can have fun. I can prioritize things that don't need to be prioritized between my social life and being with friends and so on and so forth. So just like kind of emphasizing like why you're there. Like you're there to play football. You're part of a team. Like it's bigger than you. And obviously it took me a year to understand that. And obviously it led me to the University of New Hampshire. But I would say be where your feet are and enjoy the moments. Like enjoy being a freshman, so on and so forth. But also understand that you have a job there and like you're not there. You're there for a reason.
He said, do your job. He said, do your job. Yeah. Patriots.
He also said, do your job.
No. Just checking if this mic's working. There's a helmet back there. It's a Patriots logo. Just saying.
He's talking about the Patriots. He's talking about me. I feel you do your job, like showing up on time. Damn it! I apologize.
Randall. Just as a heads up, we have 4 Patriots fans on the call right now, so we are going to be recruiting unintentionally, even though we have no control over who picked you.
Stop it! I'm locking Elliott Wolf in a closet somewhere. It's going to happen.
I already did a mock draft. I know Elliott Wolf's going to use for the first round.
Yeah, so we got a lot of eager Patriots fans here that would definitely like to see you on the team. So I'll kick it to the rest of these guys to ask some questions, though. Rob, I'll go to you, man. Give me what questions you got for Randall.
You've talked. It seems like you hold yourself accountable, and obviously you're going to bring that to the next level. But what type of individual future NFL players are getting? Like what type of player, what type of individual, what type of mindset are you going to offer to teams?
They're going to get a guy that has grown tremendously over his college career. Like I told you guys earlier that I entered my freshman year with a very small, closed mindset. And as time went on, and I think it speaks between my performance in the classroom, let alone the field, it was just a lot of growing. It was a lot of maturing. It was a lot of realizing what's important now that'll be they'll pay dividend toward the future. So they're going to get a mature guy who fits in with the crowds, that can be a locker room guy. It's not a cancer to any team. Hard worker. He's always willing to learn more because he always knows there's more to learn. And he's never going to be comfortable where he's at. He understands that he's going to be fighting for his job day in and day out. And he's never comfortable with where he's at. He's always going to want to strive to get better. He's going to ask questions. And he's just always going to want to better himself and his teammates.
You know what? Every team's going to be wanting that. You're going to have teams that are going to either redshirt you the first year, like the Patriots are being known. I mean, they got a new regime now, but they're known for redshirting a lot of freshman players, NFL prospects at the first year. But also going into a situation, let's just say the Patriots. I'm just going to use it as an example, just because for shits and giggles. There's a lot of like, I want to say that the air is very clouded about what the direction is. And a lot of the time when they run defense, which I'm assuming they're going to run someone along the lines of what the Belichick-led defense, where you're going to be utilizing roles where it's going to be, oh, you may play safety or you may play linebacker. Is that something you're accustomed to that just you may have to adjust on the fly?
100%. Again, with whole college experiences, I started my career as a cornerback, and then when the new coaching staff over at Central Michigan came in, they actually moved me to safety. So for that entire spring ball season, I was actually playing safety, free safety, and allowed me to just expand my mind, expand my knowledge of the game within the sense of making calls, making checks, telling the corners what I need them to do in order to make my job a little bit easier. So it allowed me to see the game and see the playbook and on defensive side from a different lens. And then it just made it so much easier when I went back to corner when I got to University of New Hampshire. So they're going to get a guy that is quite smart and is able to kind of roll with the punches and adjust on the fly and figure it out in the sense of whether it's corner, whether it's nickel, whether it's safety. I do have a little prior experience with all those positions.
And what do you think will be like your I made it moment? Like, it probably hasn't hit you, like when you're about to take on another challenge, another chapter in life. What do you think is going to be like, I don't know if it hit you yet that you're going to be in the NFL, but like what will be that moment that is like, oh my God, I've made it?
Honestly, when I just get the call, whether it's a draft call, whether it's undrafted free agent, whether it's just a rookie minicamp invite. Because like I told you guys before, there's a lot of guys around me from close to home, close to the school, so along those lines, that didn't think I would even make it this far. So being able to get through my pro day and then be blessed enough to get a Patriots local day, being able to meet with those coaches and whatnot, be able to perform at my best on that given day, luckily, making the best out of the opportunity. And just getting the recognition of that sense, being able to meet with the coaches. I made it farther than a lot of people thought I would. So just any call I get come the draft days, that'll be like my made it moment. Just knowing like I'm going to be going somewhere.
A lot of us have just had that moment where we just dealt with some type of adversity. And that's great. It's going to speak a lot of truths towards the kids that are growing up. That's like, okay, maybe I'm not there yet, but once I'm going through college and I'm developing my game, as long as I just get my foot in the door and I'm pushing past this adversity, you are a testament to that. So, I mean, you're just going to be a beacon of hope for the future NFL prospects, that there is someone that doesn't matter what you go through in life, as long as you put in the work and you're in the classroom, like you said, you'll get there. Joe, you got anything, brother?
Oh man, I got so much, dude. Where to start? With Randall Harris, right? 124 career tackles, 4 tackles for loss, 7 INTs, 2 TDs, 19 pass breakups, 5 block kicks, all in one season, I might add, and 1 sack. So, dude can do it all, man. You are all over the field. I watched some of your tape from the 2023 season, man. They asked you to live on an island out there a lot of times. You were always around the football, press, off coverage, zone. You had the wheels. You're out there with these guys, and you played against some ballers. Let me just Demir Miller out of Monmouth, 1,200-yard receiver, almost 1,300 yards, 9 touchdowns. You got Julian Hicks out of Albany, 834 yards, 11 touchdowns. And, Kateo Summers there out of Rhode Island, 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns. So you had to go up against some stiff competition. These are not slouches, all right? This is what I keep saying. There are so many 1,000-yard receivers in this draft, and you went up against a lot of them, not to mention Max Bosmer, who is now in with, I believe, Minnesota, transferred to Minnesota this year, who I watched some of his highlights. That man can sling all over the ball. You had to face him in practice every week. You had to face Dylan Laube in practice every week. So you went through the ringer. These are first round. Dylan Laube is going to be one of the better receiving backs in this draft. you had to face all these guys throughout this year, and you came to play every single game. I watched like 4 or 5 game highlights of your stuff, man. So the question I really got, is, how do you get 5 block kicks in a season? Like, especially from I get it, the 6'7" defensive tackle who lines up just off the long snapper, gets a block kick, but you're coming off the edge, getting back there. I mean, you're timing up snap counts. It has to be something. Do you have you watch tape and figure out the holder, does he have a tell or something? Like, you had to have something, man, because 5 block kicks in a season is unheard of.
Oh, honestly, I have to give all that credit to my special teams coordinator, Garrett McLaughlin. Just his emphasis and his genuine passion and heartfeltness for special teams elevated us this past year, because obviously we weren't like that in these last few years. I never heard of myself on special teams in the sense of blocking kicks and all that, but he made such an emphasis out of it and just told us what that can do. You can open so many different doors and opportunities for you, like it did for myself, and it just made us buy in. So right when the entire special teams unit started buying in and I bought in myself, it just translated to the field. So I was doing that in practice on a regular basis. You can ask my coaches, you can ask anybody. We were doing that at practice, and obviously practice translates to the game. And
for sure.
Honestly, I have to give it all to him, because he's the reason that I was able to buy in and give my 110% effort. Because a big thing for special teams is obviously you give up a touchdown, the field goal block team comes out, you're defeated that you gave up a touchdown. When it comes to him, though, he gives us an opportunity. Hey, you have an opportunity right now to give up 1 less point. So that's kind of our mentality when it came to special teams, and it just translated for me. So I can say, obviously, the way I was able to watch film along with him, looking at snap counts, watching the holders' cadence, watching the kickers' placements. It is I was able to view special teams in a different sense than I always has. I
mean, to be honest with you, you can make a career in the NFL out of special teams. We have seen guys have longevity careers. I mean, Matthew Slater is one of those guys who just absolutely shows you how vital special teams is. And Chris Board, we've seen these guys continuously, and I will be honest with you, some of my favorite highlights from games are the effort plays and blocking kicks and, being there in punt coverage, running down someone who got an interception. Those are effort plays. I think one of my favorite plays is Benjamin Watson chases down Champ Bailey. And it was the most beautiful play. Bill Belichick, it's one of the highest effort plays he's ever seen. Patriots fandom can't help it naming Patriots left and right. But, that is an effort play. It can get you on a roster for sure. And the fact that you've got that instilled from your coach, that shows you just how valuable special teams is and how valuable that coach is. Honestly, you said his name. I didn't get a chance to write it down, but if you are a kid who wants to have a career in the NFL and you don't think you're maybe I don't have the speed to do it, maybe I don't have to, go to UNH and get on the special teams unit right the hell now, because there is a coach there that is going to give you every opportunity and has the right mindset, because that is an amazing, just glowing review. I wish I had coaches like that on my football teams when I was in high school and stuff like that, because it shows you just how valuable a mindset can be when it comes to playing football, man. That's incredible.
Thank you. Yeah, Garrett McLaughlin. He's currently he actually took a great opportunity to coach special teams and D-line over at Columbia University. So obviously I'm happy for him and all that. So no, honestly, that's a name you're going to want to remember, because he's going to be at the next level or wherever he wants to go very soon. Oh yeah. With a mindset like that and the capability to help, like you said, you had never heard of yourself being on special teams and have 5 block kicks in the season. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is an NFL caliber special teams coach.
And speaking of special teams, with all the new rule changes that are going to be, they're kind of relating it towards XFL, special teams. I mean, you make a player miss, they're to the house in seconds. Oh, yeah. So there's gonna be a lot more emphasis on, it's gonna be like hand checking in the NBA. If you can't do that, it's gonna be even harder because of how that's gonna transition.
For sure.
100%. And like you just said, it just opens up opportunities for guys like me in my position. This gives another opportunity, another landmark, in the sense of another way to open the door for yourself, another door that can open another opportunity, another pathway to get to where you want to go.
Well, hey, man, don't sell your coverage skills short, all right? I watched you lock people up. You were always in good position in all your coverage snaps. Like I said, I watched tape. The minute that we knew you were coming on here, I put on YouTube for probably about an hour and a half, Googled everything I could possibly Google and everything I could possibly pull up on you to find as much information as I could. And I will tell you right now, you play a very, very good style of cornerback play, my friend. You are always in position. You're always there, and you are always around the football. You are a team guy from everything I've seen on the field and just from talking to you. So You do not sell your coverage skills short. You are going to find yourself playing some coverage snaps in the NFL if what I saw is who you are, and I believe it is.
Thank you.
Chris, I'll kick it to you. Give whatever questions you got for Randall. Hit him.
How you doing, sir?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. Can't complain. So we've talked about Randall, the football player, right? So I kind of want to dig into Randall, the man, the son, the brother. I'm a big family person. So hearing kind of that you hold your mom to such high standards, from what I read, it seems like she was a single mom of 3 boys, which I feel for. It's a lot of rambunctiousness there. I'm also the youngest of 5. Actually, I also have 2 older brothers. And my mom is also kind of my superstar. So speaking of that, you kind of know, like when you have older siblings, you kind of tend to get suckered into things as a child, and then you end up as adults having kind of these like epic family classic stories, right? Do you have any such story with you and your brothers where you guys look back now and be like, wow, I can't believe you got me to do that?
You guys really do your homework. Oh my goodness. I applaud you guys. You guys are very well at your job. Do I have any stories?
It has to be. Everybody has an infamy story. I'll tell you mine if you tell me yours.
I'm an older brother. I have a story. I mean, come on, man.
He's Mike Tyson.
I'm trying to think of a story that won't get me in too much trouble.
Oh, fair.
Need a second. But
that's the rough part, isn't it?
I would say there was one time, obviously I'm the youngest of 3 older brothers. 2 of them went to the same public school. I went to a private school for those, like that duration of when they were in high school. And for some reason, like I was just the youngest, and obviously like it was them 2 kind of closer together, and I was the youngest because obviously, you know, like the rumors about the youngest child might be some favoritism, so on and so forth. All the silly rumors.
Absolutely. All the silly ones. Absolutely.
And I just wanted to do whatever I could to be closer to them. So there was one time, obviously the middle child is known as the badder child in a sense. And there was one day he didn't want to go to school particularly, so he was going to call in sick. He wasn't going to show up, but he said, "Hey, Randall, like," and this is like the craziest idea, but in my head, I want to impress my brother. I want to be closer to him. I just want to be a part of the little clique that they had going. So he was like,
right.
Honestly, Randall, like we look alike, kind of. Like, you think you could just go in school for me and like see how it goes?
Oh, no.
And yet again, I go to a private school. He goes to a public school. We don't look alike. I'm probably 4 or 5 inches taller than him. I'm lighter than him. None of the idea itself did not make any sense, but at the same time, I didn't really care the logistics of it. I just wanted to like kind of make him proud and just like make him like me a little bit more. So I walked in. Somehow, some way, he drops me off at school. He goes wherever he was going to go. Mom was going to find out. And
oh, of course not.
I didn't even think in the back of my head, yeah, what's my school going to say? Whatever. So, and obviously I go in the first hour of class, and I go to the very first class, and they're like, what is going on? Immediately to the office, call mom. My private school calls my mom, where's Randall? Public school calls like, why is Randall trying to fill in for his brother? It was just a silly story, and obviously I get home, I get railed a new one. And my brother's just sitting there, I don't know what he was thinking. Like, he just turns on me basically, but and obviously in the moment, I'm like the little cry. I'm crying about this. Like, you told me though, like I thought we were in this together. Like all this stuff. And it was a story that makes no sense. And I was back in the day, I was very in tune with my emotions. I was really upset with him. But then we look at that story nowadays, it's like, why was I dumb enough to really believe that would work?
Absolutely.
And why did you hate me so much to the point where you'd even offer that as an option?
anything to put you in the parents' disgraces.
Exactly.
My brothers got me to participate in robbing the ice cream lady that lived across from us. So I was known as the family snitch. So they made me take a lollipop so that they thought I wouldn't snitch. And I went back home and I snitched. And they all got in trouble. They had to like pick up dead fruit out of her yard, and I just kind of got to watch them as that happened. Speaking of child favoritism.
Very cool. Randall, I wanted to hit you with another question too. This is very, very serious question that I'm about to hit you with. This is real journalism. Give me your Mount Rushmore cornerbacks. Mount Rushmore. Give me your top 4 cornerbacks of all time.
All time. Darrelle Reeves is up there. No questions about it.
Gotta be. Yep.
Me personally, I'm saying Jalen Ramsey just because I like his play style, I like his confidence, because in today's game, you have to have that confidence.
Right.
I know he's young, but I know he's going to be up there soon enough. But I'm putting him up there now just because of what he's doing his rookie year. I'm saying Sauce Gardner. I got to throw him in there.
Yep.
And then one more corner.
Christian Gonzalez.
Z, he's going to be there too, but yet again, just 1 year down.
There's only one right answer for the last one. There's only one.
Deion Sanders.
This is Deion Sanders, man.
Of course. I was trying to think of the guys that I related my game to as much as I could, but of course you can't forget about Prime.
Yeah, I mean, you want to talk about confidence, bro.
Well, that was gonna be my next question for you, Randall. Which corner is like your, maybe not your idol, but which corner did you model your game most after throughout your football life, I should say?
Honestly, I wouldn't say any of the guys that I just named off would be the one. I would say Richard Sherman was the guy I kind of mocked my game in the sense of not how he talks and all that, because obviously if you give me in the right mindset, I'm like, I talk a little bit on the field, but it's the way he developed his game in the sense of watching film and how he knew he wasn't the fastest guy. He wasn't running like the low 4.4s and all that stuff, similar to me. He was a taller corner, bigger corner, but he utilized his mental game to kind of speed up his physical game on the field. And I've definitely utilized that for my sense. I feel like the more you know, the faster you play. So I keened in on my mental notes. I keened in on watching film, learning tendencies. Being able to slow the game down in your head allows you to play so much faster.
100%. Yeah, those study habits are definitely going to come in huge. No matter, I mean, not even just NFL, just in life. You got to be able to have that preparation and be able to prepare for whatever situation you're going to be thrown at. So yeah, that's awesome. I also wanted to kind of touch on that same level of questioning. Obviously, we're going to see you here in the NFL here pretty soon. So which receivers or quarterbacks or just offensive players in general are you most excited to match up against when the NFL comes calling?
Wow. There's one particular receiver I'm thinking about. Honestly, I was always a Vikings fan growing up because obviously I'm from Michigan, but I was a fan of the Detroit Lions when they went 0-16, so I can only be a fan for so long. So the Vikings became my favorite team, and up until my third year of college, I'd never given up a receiving touchdown, and my first receiving touchdown I gave up was against Jordan Addison.
Oh, okay.
That was the Pitt ACC championship year, Kenny Pickett year, all that. So
yeah.
UNH going up against like the freaking Heisman candidate, receiver of the year. Like it was a very interesting game. You can look that up.
Right.
A whole lot of records.
You need your get back now.
Exactly. So it would be cool to just be, obviously he's on the Vikings, my favorite team, but then also to be able to go up against him again would be a great opportunity. Because I feel like I'm a different player from what I was then to where I'm at now.
Right, 100%. I mean, when you go up against Vikings, it's not just Addison, it's Jefferson, it's Hawkinson, it's all those great playmakers. So yeah, that's a really that's a good one. I like that. Anybody else got anything for Randall?
We're not going to address the betrayal here. He stayed in division to switch favorite teams. Look, oh my God, man!
You gotta see where I'm coming from, though. It was just straight Adrian Peterson and then
it's tough.
Golden, purple, yellow, and purple. You can't it's like the Lakers.
That's a tough one, especially coming off that 0-16 Lions season. It's hard to stick with the Lions after that.
Yeah. Tomato, Patriots. Yeah, get drafted by them. No longer a Vikings fan. Just saying.
Well, that's awesome. Well, if nobody has anything else for Randall, we could probably wrap this up. But Randall, we appreciate you being on with us, man. Thank you so much for coming on and hanging out with us here for a little while. We appreciate you. Good luck with everything NFL draft-wise. If you guys want to follow Randall on all social medias, I know his IG is at Randall Harris. Is it 2 underscores or 3 underscores?
2.
2 underscores? Okay. Is there any other social media, anything else, or anyone else you want to shout out?
No, honestly, just like there's a lot of guys on my team that I'd want to shout out, but that list would go on and on forever. So I'm gonna cut the show short, so I don't have to do that one. But just, again, I'm appreciative of you guys, man. You guys have made this interview such a breath of fresh air. You guys take the business orientation out of it so much, and just like allow me to. I'm sitting here with a smile, and I don't think I was doing that so much with other interviews I've had in the past. So I just appreciate you guys for having me and just giving me the opportunity to kind of have more fun with this and realize this is a fun experience to be having.
Right.
We're undercover for the awesome. Patriots. Just saying.
100%. Glad we could take a little bit of stress off your plate after all the very much more professional interviews you've been having to do for all the NFL teams. So we're appreciative of you coming on with us, man. Thank you so much for being on with us. And that is going to be it for us today here for the House Call Sports. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We appreciate all your feedback. Comment down below any questions you have for Randall or any questions you have for us. Also, be sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms as well at the House Call Sports. We got Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, Twitter. We're up on Threads. We've got merch. You can meet our crew. We've got our blogs up on our website, and our website is www.thehousecall.com. And that's going to be it for us. Peace.